Good afternoon, this is Zachary from Zachary Sweeps. I'm just doing this wood burning stove for this customer, and basically what's been happening with it, it's been burning too hot, and the reason being is the customer was unaware about leaving the ash underneath the actual bottom part of the grate. And what's happened is it's this bit that goes up here, which I'll put back into position, which is the excess point, is part of the baffle plate which sits up there like that, has warped, and it's gone like this. So just showing you this. So like basically it looks like one of the front parts for the actual open fire, the cover at the front. So what's happened is it's bent. It's very easy to replace. You can get them straight from Morso. This is a Morso wood burning stove, but it's just basically where it's just been burning too hot, and it's bent like that. So very straightforward to get sorted out. But I'm going to have a chat with the customer, go through a few things with him, and also the other thing about it is the collar's cracked here. And also I've noticed, as you're aware, at the moment we're having a lot of problems with these rusting because of the weather in the UK has been very, very bad, and the water's been coming down a lot. So you really, like, this is all right at the moment as it is. It can be all tidied up and sorted out, which I'm going to do for him. But what you need to do is get like a bit of a wire brush that down, and then get some like wood burning stove polish, that grate polish. I can't remember, it's like hot spots in the tube. Must remember what it's called, and then you can rub that in. But you need to get that cast iron rust out first. If you do that, then it'll be all fine. There's a little crack here, but a bit of fire cement will sort that out, no problem. And a bit of fire cement around here will sort that out, no problem at all. But if you do leave it, what will end up happening is it will start to rust into the actual wood burner, and then you'll end up having to have a whole new wood burner fitted. So if you start to see rust coming up there, deal with it straight away, because you don't want to be spending about £4,000 to get a new wood burner fitted. And these are great appliances, these Morsos, and I'm not too sure if they're like £800 or £1,200 a shout now just for the stove. And then of course with all the regulations now, you'd have to put a liner in as well, because they wouldn't accept having the old liner fitted as it is. So apart from that, I mean, it's all looking all right. The multi-fuel grate's not moving around, but that might be just from, it looks like it's moving around a little bit, and that might be just from where the soot's got into it. So I'm going to sort that all now for the customer, get it all back running safe and everything. He's going to order this new part here. Just put my finger in the video, and then he's going to leave the ash to build up at the bottom, just in there. So it's just so it spills on the grate. So he's just going to scoop it out, because he's only burning wood, so he doesn't need to have the ash emptied, and he doesn't need the air circulating from underneath. So I will carry this video on after I've finished. So until then. Right, basically that's it, it's all done. So look at the difference on that. What I've done is I've put a bit of fire cement around the collar. As you are aware, what you want to do when you put in the fire cement on the collar, do not put it above the collar like a lot of fitters do. I've been fitting chimney wood burners and open fires and all sorts of Argos, whatever, and when you're doing fire cement on collars to pipes, you never go above the collar, because if you go above the collar, it will crack and it will come away. And I presume that's what's happened to this, because you can see where the fire cement used to go. And obviously, it will dry off as a matte black finish on the end of it. I've tidied up the rust on the bottom of it, but eventually it might need sorting out. But if you keep on top of it, you won't have any issues with it. We've had a lot of rainwater that's been coming down recently, and that's the only reason why you're getting it, because the water's coming from inside the appliance. And if you know anything about wood burners, you'll know that the collar has a lips inside, and that's where the water is storing, and that's why you're getting the rust on the edges of the actual collar. I've put a little bit of fire cement on that crack on the collar. It might work, it might not. It probably needs either some sort of silicon sealant, some heat-proof silicon sealant, because obviously it will expand. I've only put a little bit in there, so hopefully that should sort it. But it looks a lot better than what it did before, which is the main thing. So it's all been sealed right the way round, so it's all nicely sealed and everything. And basically, what we need to do now is I've sorted out the grates moving around. As you can see with these, you know, like as I always say to you, if you're burning woods, you want an ash bed, and these are a perfect example of the reason why I always say that you need an ash bed. A lot of people go like, oh no, you should always empty it out. No, that's rubbish, because if you look at this grate, the way it's designed, when you're burning wood only on it, as you can see, there's no holes in it. But when you're burning coal in it, there's holes in it. So like close it for woods, so there's no air going underneath it, and then you open it up for air to go in. So you can move it backwards and forwards if you're burning coal on it, and then just leave a nice big thick ash bed underneath. We're going to stick the tray underneath there in a minute. We're gonna like get the customer started on a nice big wood ash. Remember that this is also an air vent up the top here, so a lot of the times you can control the how far you're burning the airflow from the top instead of from the bottom. Some people can panic a little bit and they go, oh well, there's not going to be air going underneath. You have to remember, going back to the old days when when people were burning wood all the time, they never used to have grates. They used to have the dogs on the side, but they never had grates. Grates were invented for coal. And obviously the customer's going to get a new baffle plate for the end there. It's going to get a thermometer for it, and then hopefully he should be lucky and he should be all right. But he just needs to keep an eye on that collar, because obviously he doesn't want to end up having to replace the whole appliance. The fire, the gasket wrap, should I say, looks all fine in order, because the great thing about these ones is they actually fit onto this. So like they have a lot more of a longer lifespan than the ones that just fit flat straight onto it. So yeah, just remember all these little tips. It will save you a lot of money in the long run. And remember, if you're burning wood only, have a nice thick ash bed at the base of it. It really helps. Every person I say this to, everybody who watches my videos on my community channel, always sends me messages and goes, what an amazing difference. I can put one log on before I go to bed, and it's still hot embers in the morning, and then I could just put one more on in the morning, and then away it goes. So just remember that. And so we're just going to get the ashtray back into there, a bit squeaky, but it's all in excellent order. It should be fine. And with the regards of getting the wood burner all nice and clean, get that hot spot wood burning stove polish, and you'll be able to clean it up. I always say to do that, because if you're like me, I use a spray. I always use this stuff, but if you're going to use this stuff, you need to tape up the areas where you don't want spray to go on, and I'm quite happy to do that. But if you use the polished version, the grate version of it, you can put it on a rag and you can rub it in, so it's easy to sort of cut into here and avoid areas like this. You know, move that and you can go around there. It makes such a difference. And especially at the bottom, because you want to be really careful, because these are cast iron and they will last a long time. But the thing is, they get to a certain point where things will start breaking on them, and then you won't be able to replace them. And then if you want to replace them, you're going to have to go to a blacksmith to get it sorted out, which will mean taking the appliance out, because he won't be able to bring all these equipment to your house. So it could end up being a major headache for the sake of just cleaning it every couple of years. So I hope this helps. Have a great day from Zachary Sweets.